Hello everyone! Welcome to the last of Christmas specials. Just Christmas, not winter. We are closing up the festive stories with some SemiShira family time. Don't worry about it being pre-Christmas, when it's past Christmas. Just enjoy. As always, special thanks to my lovely patrons, members, and all of you who still watch my videos. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with the uploads, and check out the members only posts, now with the Jealousy and Confession series. Christmas wasn't something Shirau was stumbling over himself to celebrate. They never celebrated in their family, focused much more on the New Year's, and he personally just didn't see a point. And for the most part, Semi adjusted to him in this regard, only decorating a tiny tree somewhere on a shelf, which Shirau had nothing against. It was cute in a way and made Semi happy, so why would he? However, Semi no less than begged him to reconsider this year, stating Kousuke as the main reason. He wanted to make their first Christmas as a family special for their baby, and Shirau couldn't in his best conscience say no to him. He's going to go crazy though, I can already see it. Kousuke babbled in response, and Shirau had to smile. He patted Kousuke's head before he resumed his hands positioning behind the little boy's back, feeling like a true proud father when, after a little bit of trying, Kousuke managed to keep balance while sitting. There you go. Good job, sweetie. Kousuke seemed to share his excitement, the already toothy smile melting his heart. For a split second, he wished Semi was here to see the milestone unravel, but the realization that Semi was the one who taught Kousuke to sit in the first place soon dispersed the little sadness he felt. In the end, he was just glad he could witness at least some of the baby milestones, even if he wasn't the one to help him reach that stage. You need to show Dad when he comes home. He's going to be so proud. I think he would actually cry if I taught you how to say Dad. The thought was a bittersweet one, since he was currently the only one who could teach Kousuke to talk. The result would be beautiful, sure, but it felt like he was stealing the moment from Semi somehow, even though there was nothing he could do about it. He shook his head to chase the gloom away, and instead turned his attention back to happily cooing Kousuke, now very much interested in the eagle plush Semi got him about a month ago. Because of course he got an eagle, being all sappy about it with the note that said, "The animal that brought us together." Dumbass. If he thought that with the most fondness imaginable, only he knew. Unsurprisingly, he wasn't wrong about Semi going overboard with the decor. His boyfriend arrived home about an hour later with 4 bags full of tinsel, baubles, chains and whatnot, and with the most innocent smile on his lips. Shirau just rolled his eyes at him, refusing to stress about where Semi intended to put all of that. He was in charge of cooking for Christmas. Decorating was Semi's task, so why would he care too much? I hope you know you'll also have to put all of that away after New Year's. Semi just hummed in response and waved off his concerns, his eyes no less than sparkling when he picked Kousuke up and started to show him all the glittery things he bought, softly whispering explanations of what was about to go where. Shirau watched them for a while, warm feeling spreading through his chest with every beat of his heart. Maybe this was the family comfort he heard so much about. No nerves, no yelling, no cold shoulders, just warmth and peace, with no rush anywhere. If this was it, then he could definitely get behind that. He reluctantly tore his gaze from the two, disappointed that he had to leave right now when everything looked so perfect. But his shift was starting in an hour and he had to get moving now. I should be home at about 8 if nothing unexpected happens. Take care in the meantime, okay? Before he could leave, Semi rushed up to him and hugged him, leaving a kiss on his lips as well. Have a calm shift. Hopefully. Love you. He gently pinched Kosuke's cheek and then no less than ran out of the door, afraid he would be too tempted to skip work if he stayed even a second longer. He just hoped he wouldn't come back to a complete disaster. Disaster was a weak description to what he opened the door to, although there seemed to be a sort of order to the heaps of figures and sparkles. He carefully made his way into the living room, trying not to step on anything, despair bubbling in his chest the more stuff he found. What the hell, Eita? He finally made it through the obstacle course made of baubles, snowflakes and artificial trees, and would probably shout if he wasn't worried about potentially waking up Kosuke. What did you do to our flat? Semi welcomed him with a sheepish smile, but the fact he was still kneeling in a nest of fairy lights he was apparently trying to untangle didn't help his case much. Maybe gone a bit overboard. Maybe? There's glitter everywhere! You're supposed to live here for the next 3 weeks, you know that, right? But Ko loves it so much. He suppressed a cough, urging Shirabu to rush to him with one of the soothing medical drinks he discovered recently. Careful. You could have at least saved your voice. He handed the bottle to Semi, worry replacing all of his previous feelings about the new decor of their home. Maybe he made a mistake with not letting Semi decorate for Christmas before. Maybe then he wouldn't feel the need to go all out, Christmas tourist trap style. Fortunately, there was still enough time to get everything under control with a little bit of cleaning and sweeping. But the added workload was so unnecessary. Are you upset? He paused, even the raspy whisper unable to hide Semi's worried tone. Guilty sting hurting in his chest. He sighed and shook his head, gently squeezing Semi's hand. No, unless you put glitter or some choking hazard on Ko's crib. Never. Okay. In that case, just make it look a bit tidier over the next week and it's fine. I mean, it's supposed to be all sparkly and stuff, right? Semi seemed to relax after that, the soft smile he gave him turning up the heat in Shirabu's core. Glad he managed not to ruin his boyfriend's joy with his minimalistic tendencies, he nudged the bottle to Semi again, making sure he drank all of the medicine before going to check on Kosuke. The little boy was now snoozing peacefully in his crib, which was, to Semi's credit, free of anything that could be harmful to a baby. The eagle plush squished in his iron hold. He looked absolutely adorable like that, and Shirabu couldn't but melt there and then. Time really flew like crazy with a baby on board. It only felt like yesterday when he brought home the little bundle, guilty and worried out of his mind about what the change would do to their relationship. And yet, here they were now, doing happy family things and nearing their first New Year's spent together. In just 3 months, Kosuke managed to win both of their hearts, although Shirabu was sure Semi's heart was stolen the moment the two met, and even bring them closer than ever before. The road had its bumps, some worse than the rest, but they prevailed despite the odds, and Shirabu was proud of them. Arms snuck around his waist from behind, The soft hair tickling on his neck, sending pleasant shivers through his skin. He instinctively reached up to comb through said hair, earning a content hum. Have you picked out the gifts already? Of course. Don't tell me it's some giant plushie or something. A soft chuckle vibrated against his back, the sound feeling better than any music. No worries. Yeah, I'm worried. I know you too well. Despite his tone, he couldn't find a single cell of his being that would be upset anymore, or worried about the gift selection for the matter. More importantly, he had about a week to pick up Semi's gift or it wouldn't get packed in time. Though Semi was the last person to care about packaging. The fact that he chose to date him of all people was a prime example of that. As if reading his thoughts, Semi turned him around in his arms and caressed his cheek, the fond look in his eyes turning his knees weak. What? You are beautiful like this. Like what? Is that? Shirau froze. The words meant as a compliment, cut in deeper than he ever expected. Because he was against this before fate forced his hand. Because he broke Semi's heart and their relationship with his refusal to be a parent. Because he got praised while Semi, who actually did most of the parenting, got nothing in return. You are more than me. He bit hard on his lip, failing to keep his emotions at bay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be saying anything about the decorations and gifts. Anything. Kenji. I'm trying, I swear I am. It's still so little compared to all the things you do. He gripped on Semi's t-shirt, unable to look into his eyes anymore. You are awesome, you know. Doing everything. Taking care of Ko and all while you are still hurt. The urge to brush his fingers along the pale, but still very visible scar circling Semi's throat grew within him, until he couldn't resist anymore, ice-cold dread chilling deep in his bones. If they weren't on the phone that night, if the blade cut just a little bit deeper or to the side, anything slightly different, and he would have no one to apologize to anymore. Warm hand closed around his wrist, snapping him from the memories of the freezing night, and instead bringing him back into their cozy apartment and his boyfriend smiling gently at him. Sorry. Shaking his head, Semi tapped on his chest before pointing to himself and then his throat, repeating the gesture the other way around right after, ending with his palm laid against Shirau's heart. And Shirau understood, even though it would probably mean nothing to everybody else. You took care of me, I take care of you. It was that simple. He slumped against Semi's shoulder, clinging to him as if he was about to disappear if he let go for even a second. I love you so much. I love you too. But stop talking today, okay? You'll hurt yourself. Semi just nodded then, his hand drawing lines along Shirau's back, soothing like nothing else in existence. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And not only this one, but overall all the Christmas stuff that I put out in the past month. Now we are going to go on to the winter stuff, which includes one wedding, one vacation, some more polyship chaos, some more monoship chaos, And yeah, the Terosho and Otana storyline is going to move forward after the vacation, so I hope you are ready for that. I have some supreme angst prepared. I am very much looking forward to writing it. Also, there is going to be one experiment, and the next video is going to be another part of the sick fix I did before going into the Christmas stuff. So there's a lot. I hope you're looking forward to that. If you have any requests or ideas, the request forum is linked in the video description. See you next time.